Hello, welcome to Love Drum in the Sea. This is Kat. I'm going to do a recap of Wednesday, The Bold and the Beautiful. Wednesday on The Bold and the Beautiful. To start with, Brooke and Ridge was sitting in the office. Where Ridge came in while Brooke was sitting there and, kind of got intimate with her. And then they started talking about Katie and her new venture and talking about how things are better. Ridge was talking about how things are better for him since him and Brooke got back together. But hopefully it lasts this time and he won't go dumping her for stupid reasons. But that's what they do. Hopefully we're done with that and moving on to the young kids. So they don't think that Katie is going to make it. That's what Reed says anyway. She's doomed to fail. But you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and I'll be glad when he get his just due, his up and comings for what he did to his father. You can't just put the man out to pasture, if he can still draw. All you doing is drawing. Ain't like he out there lifting and doing heavy work. So I guess he just want to be the big kingpin. I guess the big man in charge, which he was in charge. But oh well, it is what it is. That's Ridge. He's always been arrogant. It's not going to change. So he get what he deserves. So I'll be glad when it all comes out. But then you got Katie and Bill. They're talking about Eric being their head designer then Eric, as they're talking, Eric walks in a disguise, I guess sneaking into the building, not wanting anybody to know who he is because he don't want anybody to know what's going on yet I guess until the show, I guess until they have the actual showing. So that's a good thing, they're talking about it and Eric brought his designs and let them see them. And they loved them, they was good designs. Of course, there was Eric Forrester. So and then Bill asked him if he was sure that he was on board. And he said yes, and wanted to make sure that him and Katie was in sync and make sure that you don't want to start nothing and can't finish it. So Eric came, like I said, Eric came in a disguise, and they talked about how Sally Spectre used to do it. But he said he took a page out of her playbook, so to speak. Being facetious. So yeah, so they looked at the designs, everything was good, and they didn't want anybody to know, keep it a secret. Then here walks in Liam, and I kind of figured that was going to happen. He was going to walk in and catch them all there. Why would you meet in the office? You got all kind of places to meet, so why would you meet there? He wouldn't have to wear a disguise. You got plenty of places. You got Bill's house. You got the house that Katie had that's on Eric's property. You have all kinds of places to meet, but that keeps it exciting. So I get it. So, but now he's got to try and keep it from Hope, which I don't know. I don't know about him. He's not gonna be able to do it. I hope he will for his dad's sake. But you can't. It ain't like you're keeping anything from her that's gonna hurt her because it's business. They keep secrets all the time. So I think you can do that, Liam. Don't be a wimp. Do what you're supposed to do. Keep your mouth shut and let Hope talk all she want. You know, and then you got Hope and Liam talking to about Katie and everything that's going on and he actually Kate and Hope asked him if you knew would you tell me and then he kind of like brushed it off and didn't say nothing and he asked we don't keep anything. He said no, you want to remain neutral. He said no, we're just like Switzerland. So he says he can keep a secret. I mean, so um, Bill was really in his face about not you cannot tell Hope anything. And hopefully, I'm hoping that he will listen and not tell Hope. But I don't know. I'm on the fence with that one with Hope and Liam not being able to not tell Brooke to keep that from Hope. I mean, hopefully he will. That right there is the only thing now that's standing in the way. If Liam can keep his mouth shut, but we know how Liam is. He's weak. He's just like Finn, weak. So hopefully now, right now, everything stands on Liam being able to keep his mouth shut. So, in the comments, tell me what you think. Can Liam keep his mouth shut? Can he hold water? If not, leave me a comment and we'll discuss it. Me personally, I don't think so, but like, comment, and subscribe.